All right, Fortnite has added a bunch of mythic spawns, and these are 100%. So you've got Harley Quinn here, Catwoman here, Poison Ivy here, and you can kind of just ignore the Mighty Impact Sniper. That is not in competitive, so don't worry about that. It's in pubs, but yeah, not in comp, so don't worry. These three, though, have changed the way that these drop spots and these areas play quite considerably. So here are the three that we actually care about, as already mentioned. You've got Harley Quinn's warforged AR, you've got Catwoman's rapid fire SMG, and then you've got Poison Ivy's Ranger pistol. Now, let's start up with the Harley Quinn's warforged AR. We'll jump into some gameplay in a second, but one of the really important things here, and what actually makes it very, very powerful, is the fact that it has 28 damage. So all of these stats are the same, like fire rate's the same, magazine size, all of those are the same as previous, like lower rarities like gold and all that. However, it has 28 damage per shot instead of 27. So usually there's like a +1 per damage. So for example, the gold does 26, and then the purple does like 25, 24, 23, all that. However, the mythic has like a +2 jump rather than a +1. So this mythic almost feels like 2 rarities above gold. And that might actually be why it feels good, because if you know anything about the warforged AR, nobody's been using it this entire season. It's been trash. However, all of a sudden this is really good, and Peterbot's using it, which we'll jump into later, as already mentioned. But that's probably because, as I said, it's basically 2 rarities above. The Ranger pistol was already the best gun in the game, but similarly to this, it also has +2. So if you notice, the damage here is 35, or sorry, 33, I can't read. And then the mythic is 35 damage per shot. So there's been a +2 damage there. I will say with the Ranger pistol, there is like some +2s. So like here, 27 to 29, there's +2 damage. And then 30 to 32, there's +2 damage as well. But going from gold to mythic is also +2 damage per shot, which is insanely broken. So this gun, unsurprisingly, basically the best gun in the game. Contendable. It can contend with this. Very good. But yeah, this is the best gun in the game. Then you've got Catwoman's rapid fire SMG. I have not watched any games of this yet, so we will find that in this video to see if this is viable. But in terms of damage per second, insane looking, right? 256, like compare that to the mythic here, the 213. But the problem with this SMG is, though, it usually only has a 20 magazine size. Obviously, the benefit here of the mythic is that it's +5. So actually, it's 5 more bullets in the magazine, so 25 rather than 20. Funnily enough, the damage and damage per second is still the same as the gold. So this is actually just the same as the gold altogether, but it has a larger magazine size. So this might make it more viable. As I said, I've not actually seen anyone run it yet, so we will jump in and actually see if anyone's using this, if it's worth it. I don't know. I've not seen anyone actually use the rapid fire SMG at all since it was released yet, but we're going to try and find out. So on day 1 of the FNCS play-ins, you could say Pete and Poyo dominated. 734 points, second being 606, top 9 here being 500. So like 200 points ahead of top 9. Insane. Looking at the match history, you can also see the elims, right? They won 26, 31, 30, 38, 30, 15, and they had a bunch of stinky games at the end. Like they could have had an even more insane performance. And I think a lot of that was down to the mythics that they were also using. So you can see off the rip, you can see that Pete and Poyo have gone back to Sinister Strip. Now they've actually been like running all the way around the map. They were claiming Battlewoods, they were going shaken. But if you know from the start of the season, this is where they were landing. But the reason they've come back here is because of Harley Quinn, who, as we mentioned, spawns here. So this is the assault rifle that they can get. As I was tabbed out looking at the map, he killed 2 people. Now, of course, like this team down here, Bronx and Narwhal, do have access to Harley Quinn spawn. It's like closer to their drop spot. But if they start shooting, then Pete and Poyo are just nading straight on them. They already know they're going to get in this fight. So, you know, do you really want to try to give the mythic up to them? Probably not. As I was saying this, Pete was actually already there. I did not notice. Easy to kill. Oh, you also get a chug as well. So I want to see what this AR can do, because I've just seen the stats. I've not actually seen how good it is from first person. Unfortunately, damage numbers in replay are still broken, which is extremely annoying. So we can't actually see like the beams, but I'm going to have to look at the HP bar to see how much it just disappears. Interesting. I also forgot here that because they're landing at Sinister Strip, right? Sinister Strip has, I think it's 50% chance with the Battlewoods of also getting the Mythic Lancehead. And of course, everyone's now macroing the Lancehead pistol. So of course, now for Sinister Strip, you have double Mythics in this drop spot. Double Mythic. Everyone's saying Pete and Poyo. Everyone's saying, you know, they were in their prime when it was Mythics in. You know, when they get the best drop spot, all of a sudden they're the best players. And you look, we've just got Mythic drop spot back, and all of a sudden we've just had an absolute generational performance out of them. All right, so it looks like we're going to be watching Poyo then, not Pete. Just want to see if this thing absolutely rips and tears or not. Oh, okay. So one thing I did not know about this gun that I just saw is that as you fire it, the fire rate increases more. So we listen, starts firing, picks up even more. That is truly nuts. I did not know that. I'm going to have to test and see exactly the numbers and compare that to other weapons. I will do that once we've watched a little couple more clips. In situations like this, that it's so good, right? Sliding in, hits him 50 from here. And then, like, not even covering himself. You can just sit and spam. So Pete's on one wall. Poyo reloads. And you can just guarantee get bleed through damage through. They're holding the wall, still getting it up. Because obviously, like, it goes up to the fire rate so high the fire rate gets so high that it just bleeds through and you just insta-wipe a team. I mean, in endgame, this thing's going to be crazy for players who just use overdrive grades. Like, look at this. Let me go slow-mo. This guy's flying. Body, 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 body. It's like 28, 28, 28. It's like 4 shots to kill him from the body shot. That is crazy. That's before the fire rate even increases. Nah, this thing is so broken. I just watched this clip. Hits the overdrive grenade, flies up, just runs through the wall. Insta-crack, by the way. 100 damage there. Jumps through, hits him again. Like, you can play so dumb with this gun where you can just run at them with it. And it just bleeds through the walls. If you get in, they're just insta-dead. Like, this scenario right here is where it's so broken, right? So you see that this guy box up, shoots in the back, and then look, Stone Lock here. He's holding the wall. He gets a 1, 2, 3 shots bled through while he's holding turbo build there. I think in scenarios like this where it's going to be even more broken. Like, just playing height in the like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th zones and things. People just using the overdrive grenades. Free kills on literally everyone who does it. So, yeah, good luck to anyone else in this lobby when Pete and Pollo have double mythics. So I think this damage per second here of 201 is before it starts charging up like a minigun. So this thing, I forget what I said earlier about this pistol being the best. This gun is, this might be one of those broken guns ever. All right, so I figured out for my first game is you actually need to duel them. If I click duel, if you just fight them, you will not get it. But they seem pretty easy to kill. Most of the bosses, they don't have like that much HP, to be honest. There we go. And I have myself the Mythic. Okay, I know that was an NPC, but that guy got literally obliterated. Bro, what am I seeing with this gun? Nah, that's... Before it even, like, charges, before the fire rate even increases, it's insane. Like, you can just insta-kill someone. That was an NPC. Like, these are NPCs, but like, this gun is literally 100% accurate, I swear. I mean, let's see it against the boss, because I'm sure, like, obviously it has so much more HP, so... Oh my days. These bosses take way more time to kill, like the random spawn ones, than the fixed ones. Where's he gone? The ones you have to duel, you actually kill them so fast. Oh my god, that guy might be the go. He might have the pistol, actually. He does. He got the pistol. What? Well, I died to the pistol, so that's a good transition to move on to the pistol. Alrighty, the pistol is slightly more complicated because it spawns at this spot here. Poison Ivy is the one who drops it. Now, this means there's quite a few teams who actually have access to it because you have like the teams who are up at this side, who are up here. In this game, it's Vico and Malabuka who end up grabbing it. They go here and rotate in. But I'd say for the most part, it's probably going to be the teams who actually land at this split. So this split has been buffed massively. The Battlewoods teams, of course, could also push over, but a lot of times you're conned here if you're in the north side. You know, maybe the north side's going to dip up. Maybe the south side's gonna have access to it. I'm not really sure how that's gonna play out in like super stacked lobbies. But at least in this game, and from what I've seen so far, basically it's gonna be this team or this team who ends up actually getting it. So I'll be honest, I don't have too much to add about the Mythic pistol. You see Big Vico's carrying it in this game. He's also using the bank shot pistol combined, but that's kind of a whole other conversation, which I should have done a short on. I'll be out at some point. I don't know if there's extra videos or not. The pistol's already the meta, so giving a Mythic one is it. I don't quite understand why the AR has the increased fire rate, kind of like a minigun, whereas no other weapon does. Like no other Mythic has that same kind of mechanic where the Mythic just has like an extra mechanic from the layers below. Like this pistol doesn't increase the fire rate the longer you fire it. Neither does the other SMG, so I'm not quite sure. There's no analysis I can add here other than this thing's crazy. So I want to look into the rapid fire SMG. All right, so the first thing I've noticed in here is that Hutty and Fishy who land Wonky Land, who would be the one who are able to get it, they're not using it. It seems like everyone's using the Stinger SMG, but they're basically counting the Stinger SMG. They're not even going for it from what I can see if I zoom back. They just rotate straight past. It's like down here. I don't know if anyone is going to end this game, to be honest with you. Here's the thing. It had the least damage out of any gun. Obviously, it's a Mythic, so there's only one of them, but it's 7,400 damage. This is opens as well. And then the normal rapid fire here was 34. So really minimal use. You know, the Mythic Void Blades Burst is only a little above, and that's way more uncommon. The Baba Yaga, which is also, you know, it's not uncommon, but most people are it's just still lower on the usage because not everyone is macroing it quite yet. Pretty low down. You know, something like the bank shot pistol way higher. You know, if you scroll up, right? For example, the normal Ranger pistol is 2.7. The Poison Ivy's Ranger pistol is 290k damage. Where's Harley Quinn's? 185 with a warforged, and then Catwoman's SMG is 7.5. So this thing looks terrible. I'm gonna try it though. I was gonna try find gameplay of it, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty tough to actually find some. I mean, it's not great at range. It's not bad though. That's an aim issue. That is a skill issue. That was rubbish there, I'll be honest. That was entirely a skill issue. I feel like I should have killed him in that scenario very easily. You can just like insta-kill someone like that, but it's not great. Like I swear that AR I used is so much faster, even in close ranges. My aim is horrible there. It does still have like a high headshot damage, so you can still get like decent damage done with it, but like at this range, I'm doing nothing. I've got no ammo now. Surely that guy had pistol ammo. Hold on. Okay, that's an aim issue, but I do feel like as a bot, I feel like in every scenario, I would have... Okay, when you're like literally in their face, I guess you can deal easy damage, but I feel like in every scenario almost, you just deal more damage with another gun. Okay, I'm dog. I won't say that on this channel. But I will be honest. Every single time I use that gun, it felt horrendous. I felt like any other gun would use more. I see why no one's taking it. Basically, the AR is insane. The pistol's insane. The SMG is doo-doo pants. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe. Peace.